Hey everybody, it's Doc Green, the Rose Color. Before we get started, let me go ahead and say, hit that subscribe button right there, hit like, and hit that notification, and give me a comment on here. Even if you don't agree with what I say, at least leave a comment, let me know, let the other drivers know, because I don't know everything out here, and you may have some advice that I'm not sure about. But right now, let's get on with the video. Hey everybody, it's Doc Green, the Rose Color. Woo! Try to keep that camera from going sideways on you. Coming back at you with another video, guys. This one kind of it hurts to come on about this kind of video and everything because I've been talking to one of our drivers for the last few days, and it seems to be a problem. He's came onto a lease program and he's not making enough money to keep going, and I've talked to him before this, everything, trying to figure out ways to, help him increase and everything. And to be honest with you, here's, guys, when I tell you this, and a lot of y'all take it wrong. Y'all act like I'm coming down or I'm being condescending or something like that when I say that drivers, before you do a lease purchase program, you should have at least a minimum of 1 year's road experience over the road. I don't mean just driving a truck. I mean OTR. Learning which routes to take, which loads to take, who to work with, which load, how much load pays according to fuel and everything. And you learn this with experience. Now, true, as a company driver, you don't have to worry about how much fuel you're spending on the loads and everything, but keep track of it anyway, because it's going to help you when you move forward into a lease purchase or a truck purchase program, or go buy a truck on your own. You'll understand how much money you need to make, how many miles you can deadhead, how many miles if you deadhead so many miles, how much money you need to make on the next load to be profitable, and if it's profitable enough. Just because it's profitable doesn't mean it's profitable enough. If you drive 200 miles deadhead and pick up a load for 300 miles and it's paying $4 a mile and you make $1,200, is that worth it to you? Not really. You drove 500 miles to make $1,200. Not profitable enough. So guys, that's the things you have to learn. Then you have to learn when a dispatcher tells you to do something or something out here that it's not making any sense to you, it's not going to make you any money. You have to learn how to tell dispatchers, no, I'm not going to run that load. I need something else, something that pays me. And I know a lot of us are always taught, well, you got to do right for the company and the company do right for you. That's not always the case. If I do right for my fleet manager knows what they're doing, then they always do right for me. But it's not necessarily right if I have a weekend dispatcher who I never work with, they never work with me or anything. They don't really know me. They don't give a rat's backside about me. You know what I'm saying? Or my family. They're just trying to get loads covered, and they're going to try to give me some crappy loads. So you got to learn how to tell the people, no, I'm not taking that load. No, I'm not doing that. Don't let them back you into a corner and make you feel like, well, there's going to be repercussions or something. You own your truck. If you're working for a company that has that kind of atmosphere where you feel like there's going to be repercussions if you refuse a load, go work for a different company. I've told you guys this before. And it's like this driver that we're trying to figure out what's going on with and everything. It is a sad thing that we can't figure out exactly how to fix this problem. He's gotten so far in the hole now that he's just about ready to, to call it bye-bye on this. And I don't know how else to help him, because the one fleet manager I would have sent him to, it appears, is doing only company drivers right now. But in all honesty, had I known that he was going to get into a lease purchase program before he had a year of OTR experience driving for a company, I would have told him, no, don't do that. Not at this time. But I didn't know that when he signed up, and I didn't even know him, to be honest with you, when he signed up, and I didn't find out about his situation until after he was already falling behind. And I know a lot of guys think, well, I've been driving trucks for 10, 15 years, but you're running local or you're running regional or something. That's not the same as running OTR. And a lot of you know that they ran OTR. You need experience in OTR, over the road, state to state, 50 states preferably. Sometimes you may only do half the states, but whatever it is, you need OTR experience before you become a lease. If you're going to do lease purchase OTR, you need OTR experience. It's just, there's too many things out here that can go wrong. You need to know how much fuel you're spending, how much fuel costs, what loads not to take. You don't take a 42,000-pound load in the middle of Pennsylvania for $2-3 a mile, because the hills, the mountains, and everything will kill you on fuel. You know, you got to learn how to, and you got to learn how to tell dispatchers, no, I'm not taking that load. You know, and there's way more than that involved in this. You got to learn maintenance costs, how much it's going to, you know, you need to be putting aside for your truck for maintenance. And you need to go through all these things before you become a lease purchase driver, because this is not easy. This job is not easy. Me and my family were willing to make the sacrifice for a couple of years in order for me to get this truck paid off. So we knew I wouldn't be home for Christmas. We knew I wouldn't be home for Thanksgivings. We knew I wouldn't be home for July 4th holidays or anything. We knew that whenever I took on this responsibility for a couple of years. Once my truck is paid off, which should be the next couple of months, I can go home anytime I want to. I'm in a lot better financial position. Just paying off my truck is almost like a $600-700 a week raise. Just paying off my truck. On top of that, you know, we paid off a lot of other debt and everything we had the past. Y'all guys know about that, the getting debt free and everything that I do on my podcast. But I have to keep coming back at it, because it's like, I know you guys are excited. I know whenever you start hearing about lease purchase and you see how much money we're making and we're talking about these YouTube channels and everything, y'all get excited, go, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. And it may be what you want to do, but are you ready to do it? You know, and I say that from the bottom of my heart, guys. I'm not saying it, again, to be condescending. I'm trying to tell you, you're not ready if you don't have a 1-year OTR experience. At least 1 year, preferably longer, preferably 2. You know, but I know some of you guys is getting back into the chomp so bad, y'all got to have it now, got to have it now, got to have it now. But I'm telling you, and in my other videos I've told you, 1 year experience. Have $5,000 to $10,000 in the bank before you do this. Because like I said, those guys that have it in my other videos, those guys that have $5,000 to $10,000 in the bank, nothing ever seems to go wrong for them. I don't know why. It's like Murphy's Law or something. If you don't have it, everything's going to go wrong. It's just the way it is. And it's happened time and time again. And I know people say, well, that's just gains and percentages and luck and this. No, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Karma or I don't know what to call it. You know, the laws of gods or the trucking gods or what. But for some reason, if you do not listen and you do not get prepared and you do not have the money in the bank and you do not have the experience, I've yet to see a driver out here make it. And I see them on YouTube every once in a while. You'll see some young guy on there making, I made $10,000 and I've only been driving for 6 weeks. Yeah. And then you go back and watch his videos about 6 months later and he's broke, can't make it, he can't feed his dog on his truck. There was one guy that literally couldn't feed his own dog and everything. He couldn't do anything. You know, so they get all excited at the beginning, but when things start going wrong because they didn't know how to prepare, and it's not their fault. They just didn't. It's like trying to go to college to get a medical degree, but skipping, you know, the first 2 years. You're not going to do it. You've got to follow the program, follow the plan that the drivers out here are telling you about. And it's rude. I hate it for any driver to fail, you know, and I'll call it failure because it's a step back. You know, this driver, he will learn from this mistake, hopefully, and come back and be stronger on his next one and know exactly what to do next time. You know, but so many young guys do the same thing. And then by the time y'all figure it out, you're already in debt. You've lost money. You've ran up your credit cards trying to catch up. You know, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. But then when you get your paycheck, it's behind more than you thought because you put more fuel in it than you didn't calculate how much fuel you were going to use, how much it was going to cost you for that fuel. You took the wrong run. By the time you figured it out, your check's already in, your credit card statement's due. You can't make the payment because your check is negative. And it snowballs. It really does. It just keeps on going. And guys, it frustrates me because I've already done all of that stuff. You know, I'm not joking when I tell you I've been down, I've been out. I went through all of what everyone else out here is telling me. And I wish someone could share these videos. There needs to be a warning on videos from new drivers talking about how much money they're making truck driving. It says, warning, watch this driver again in 6 months to make sure he's still doing it. You know, because everyone gets like all excited and they put their little videos out here, and you know, it all goes out, and all sounds great and everything, but they just don't. They come out the gates sprinting, but they're not good for the long haul. And then you hear, well, I switched this company back over to this company. If it was so great 2 months ago, what happened? You know? So that's basically what this video is. It's a warning, guys. Again, before you get into any lease, you know, have the experience and have the money in the bank. Because if you don't prepare, bad things are going to happen. If you prepare, it's like having car insurance. For some reason, when I have car insurance, I never get pulled over by the police. But let it lapse. I get pulled over by the police all the time. It's crazy. When I was younger, it happened to me all the time. Same thing with this. So, be more proactive. And again, I'm not coming down on anyone. And I keep saying that. I know I do. I know I keep repeating it because I don't want people thinking I'm trying to say that they're dumb or anything. That's not what I'm saying at all. You don't have the experience. You know, it's like someone selling your house. You don't want some brand new real estate agent selling your house that doesn't have any experience and doesn't know how to fill out the contracts and doesn't understand the costs associated with purchasing and buying a house. And then they come back to you next week and go, oh, well, you have to pay for an inspection. Oh, well, your inspection didn't fix this. So now you got to fix this. Now you got to fix this. When they could have came through the first time and told you all that ahead of time. But they don't know the business. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing for the truck drivers. That I don't care how long you've been driving a truck, if you haven't gotten a pencil and paper trying to figure this out, you got experience driving. Great, you know how to back it up. You can probably back the truck up a mile down a dirt road one way, you know, in reverse. But that isn't the only experience you need. If you want to run your own business, you need to know how to run the business. You know, you need to know, do I need an LLC? Do I need to run as a sole proprietor? Which one, am I held responsible as an LLC? What does an LLC mean? Does it protect me if I get in a wreck? And all these questions. And you don't know any of this, you know? And then you start listening to the other truck drivers try to explain it to you, who, honestly, they don't know either. You know, that's the sad part about it. They don't know either. You're listening to guys who have not been out here doing it long enough to know. You know, and then you go, well, this other driver, he drove for Prime, and then he drove for Swift, and then he drove for this, JB Hunt, and now he's driving for Dart. He's been with Dart for 3 months. Why was he with all of those companies before? You see what I'm saying? Did he explain to you exactly what happened? Like on my video, I tell you, I've been with other companies. Sometimes I just get burned out. But I explained to you, it's only 2 companies have I really had a problem with, and one of them fixed their problem. So out of all the companies I've worked for, which hasn't been many, I've only worked for maybe 6 companies my entire 20 years of driving, only one of them screwed me over. And I would never recommend them. US Express. Oh, man. But other than that, all the other companies, I just got burned out or I got tired, want to try something different, want to try something new. So I left. And if you're listening to these other guys and every company they worked for sucked and they were bad, they couldn't keep you running, and it's every company out here, it's probably not the companies. You know, it's like my dad talked about one of his friends that got married like 5 or 6 times. And at the end of it, I said, wow, you know, these women are really treating him badly. He goes, son, and it was his best friend. He said, son, if it's 5 or 6 women, it's probably not the women. You know, if it's 5 or 6 companies in a few years, 5 years, 6 years, or a couple of years, it's probably not the companies. You know, you'll dig down and find out the other problems. So anyway, guys, that's this video. I'm out. Y'all have a good one. And Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. And by the way, don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit like and leave a comment. It really helps me out a lot. Thanks, guys.